Hello guys, welcome to Into Programming, and today this is the first tutorial for Scratch, and we're going to be showing you how to do some basic simple sprite movement programming. So that is going to include how to move your sprite around using the arrow keys, which will include changing X and Y coordinates, making your sprite move to somewhere if you press a specific button, and turning it, pointing in a specific direction, moving with steps, and if it's on the edge, bounce, what that does. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is the initial Sprite Scratch page. If you go to the left side, we have all the blocks of code that we can use over here, and on the right side over here in this box will be the little Sprite character inside of the container box, and we will be modifying that and having this character move around. So first, to get started, we're going to go to the events, which is yellow colored. You can also scroll down or click that, it's the same thing. And so if we wanted to move around, we're going to have something that actually controls it through buttons. So we're going to look at the when key is pressed. So this one will allow us to control it so that when, say, I press the W key, it will move forward 10 steps, or if I press the S key, it'll move backwards 10 steps. So here it says space. If we click the little down arrow, we can change it to anything we want. You can change it to the arrow keys if you'd like to, but I'm going to change it to W. So for W, and then to actually move the sprite around, I need to go to Motions, change the Y position and the X position. Change the Y position by by 10. I think it's -10 to move up. So if I press the green arrow, that's down. But if you change it to 10, it will actually move upward. So W is up. So then if we do the same thing, you can actually duplicate these, and then I can change it to S for going down. So if I put -10, this will allow it to go down if I press S, and up if I press W. And then if I do this, if I drag another one of these, win, not that one, the other win, I can also make it move left and right through A and D. So if I scroll all the way up to A, okay, there's A. This one's a little different. These are Y coordinates. Y coordinates increase as we move up. As I'm pressing W, moves up, and Y goes down. 0, 0 is right in the middle of this, so this is just basically a coordinate grid. And so for A, we want to move left. So we want to change X by -10. And then we can duplicate that and go ahead and make D move right by making that not negative. Okay, so now basically we have this sprite that can move up, left, right, up, and down. Okay, so now say if we were actually playing this and this goes off the screen, we want it to maybe start so that it's in the middle. So that way we can actually start at the same position each time we press the green flag button for it to go. And to do that, we go again to Events. Then we click on the when flag is clicked. So this is when your program starts, basically. Again, we want to go to Motion, and we can make it go to a certain coordinate. So in this case, the exact center of the square thing is 0, 0. So if we go ahead and press the green flag now, it goes to that. So no matter where we end it, once we press the green flag, it goes back to its original position. And you can actually set the go to thing to a specific key if you wanted to. Say you set this to X equals 50, Y equals 0, then each time I press D, it moves to that specific position, no matter where we were before. But for our purposes, we want it to go back to 0 when the green flag is pressed, so we're going to leave it under the green flag is clicked button. Okay, so now we covered the first bit, the changeX, changeY, and goto, and next we're going to be looking at turning and pointing in a specific direction and moving steps. So this is one method of moving your sprite around, which is very simple. Another method is using the step thing. So we're going to go ahead and actually delete all these. You can actually delete them by just dragging them in here. So then again, we're going to go to Events, and I'm going to again get the when clicked. So we're going to set it again to WASD. W A maybe if I can find it, SD, there we go. And then what we're going to have it do is we're going to make it move steps. So when W is clicked, it's going to move to the direction it's pointing 10 steps. So right now the sprite is actually pointing right. So if we press the green flag, if we press W, it moves to the right, okay? And to move the right, we technically want the D key to do that, right? And we have to also re-add again the move to 0, 0. Let's go ahead and put that back. So now each time we press D, it moves right. But now the other keys, we can actually make the A key move negative 10 steps. But if we make it negative 10 steps, what happens is this moves backwards and forwards without turning. If we want it to turn, we can set this to turn exactly 180 degrees and then move forward 10. So what this does is it turns the sprite upside down actually and makes it move the other direction. Oh, actually no, we want it to turn 2. So it should be going to, let's see it. Sorry, point in direction. So we actually want it to point over in this direction, so that way on the very left side, so it actually moves 10 steps in the correct direction. So we move that way, it does turn upside down, right? And since it's upside down, if we press the D key, it's not actually going to move to the right side anymore. It's always going to move left. So what we want to do is add in the point thing over here to 90 degrees under the D key. So now we have it pointing that way and this way. Now we want it to move up and down. And it's basically the same thing. We can go ahead and duplicate these. And then for this, we want it to point upward for the W key because we want it to move up. And for the S, we want it to point down. So exactly 180 degrees. So there we go. Now we have pointing in direction. And right now, yes, these are flipping all over the place. But we will be covering how to actually change that in the future. Next, we'll be looking at if on the edge, bounce. So say you were programming this like a ball bouncing around, okay? Let's go ahead if I go ahead and change this guy to a actually can't change it. Let's see. Okay, let's have a ball, okay? Let's forget about the sprite for now. Let's go ahead and hide that. So for the ball, say we wanted it to bounce around when we click the green flag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it when green flag is clicked and then forever. So it repeats the steps continuously until the stop button is pressed. And so we're going to have it move by a certain amount of steps. After each couple of seconds, after each iteration, it's going to move 10 steps. And we're going to set if on the edge, it's going to bounce. So that means it's going to change its direction. So right now, if we press the green button, what's going to happen is it's going to bounce back and forth. And so that's basically what the edge does. And in a future video, I'll be showing you guys how to program the actual original game of Pong. So for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. And hope you guys have fun programming. I'll see you guys later.